Welcome to Keep What You Earn, your judgment and jargon-free zone for entrepreneurs of all levels. Get ready to learn how to scale your business, save money in taxes, and create a business that grows your wealth. If it feels like the financial side of business is like eating your vegetables, well, then think of this podcast as the ranch dressing to make the process a little more enjoyable. My name is Shannon Weinstein. I'm a CPA and business owner on a mission to simplify money and empower others through knowledge. I hope this episode inspires you to take action, but remember that the information we share is for educational purposes only and is not individual tax advice. Now that we got that out of the way, let's start the show. To be honest, one of the things that makes me the happiest as a fractional CFO for my clients is getting to read all about their goals. Now, we do a survey every quarter with our clients, asking them about their goals and their plans for the future for their business, because this changes seasonally, this changes all the time. And while we have a good pulse on that from our regular meetings, we love to just ask those open-ended questions of them and say, what are some of your goals for this year? But not just asking it like, what are your goals? It's what big investments are you making? Where are you investing your time right now? What would you like to have accomplished this time next year? Things like that. And that will extract a lot of things that drive our clients beyond the numbers. And yes, we quantify these things for them because we realize that we have to measure something to see what the progress is. But much like trying to get healthier, you may want to lose 10, 20, 30 pounds, but for what? I want to feel better in my clothes. I want to be able to play with my kids. I want to be healthier so I can walk with my spouse and I can exercise with them. I want to do X, Y, and Z, right? So when you're talking about a goal, we're talking about, I want to be able to do this. And for that, I need to then do these things. I need to earn this much money. I need to lose this much weight, et cetera, right? So I actually heard a podcast recently that was hosted by one of my mentors, Mike King. And Mike is a phenomenal coach for fractional CFOs. And I'm going to put his link, by the way, in the show notes if you want to learn more about him and his program called the CFO Accelerator. And I was listening to this episode from Mike, and he talks about the 5 drivers of behavior. Now, I don't know if he coined these. I don't know if he got this from someone, but I basically stopped in my tracks and wrote these down because he was exactly on point with these. And it made me realize how we could framework how we're approaching these conversations with clients. So there are actually 5 drivers of any behavior. And I'm going to start with the 3 positive ones and then go to the 2 negative ones. So the 5 drivers are goals, dreams, aspirations, fears, and uncertainties. Goals being, this is what I hope to accomplish, hope to make, hope to do, right? Dreams, I interpret as a dream is a, pie in the sky view, something that you plan to do eventually. It might be a longer term goal or something that you just desire in life. My dream is to be financially independent. My goal is to make $100,000, $200,000 a year. That might be the differentiator there. An aspiration might be to pay off all of your debt. All of these can be kind of synonymous in a way. But when you talk about your goals, dreams, and aspirations, you have to be thinking about what are the things outside of the financials, outside of the balance sheet and the P&L. How are you able to, articulate what it is you want? And our clients have such unique goals. It's really cool because when you first talk to them, it's like, what are your goals? Well, I want to double revenue next year. No. That's a metric. What is your goal? Do you want to increase the cash flow to your household? Do you want to, send your kids to private school? Do you want to pay for college tuition debt free? Do you want to pay off all your student loans? Do you want to, build generational wealth, invest in the stock market for the first time, build a 401k? What are you hoping to do that will feed that vision for your life? Do you want to buy a property? Do you want to invest in real estate? Do you want to, restock your whole house with decorations and furniture? It doesn't even have to be something grand. It can be something as simple as, I want a new wardrobe next year, whatever. And this isn't even superficial. I want a new car, anything. It could be material. Hey, did you know that you can actually see my face and watch this episode on YouTube? If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you head over there and you subscribe and check out all of the guest episodes along with some of my solos. We're posting every single week on YouTube. See you there. And we listen and we go, okay, now some of those things we can attach numbers to easily. Some of the things we can't. So we will go a few layers deeper to figure out how to arrive at those numbers. But there's always a number behind it. There's always a number. So goals, dreams, aspirations, fears, and uncertainties. And these are my favorite two drivers of behavior. Fears and uncertainties, because a lot of people focus on goals. Yes, we focus on goals, but we also take note of the client's fears and uncertainties. So I have a couple of clients who have gotten to a point where they almost couldn't make payroll. So that is a big fear that they have, is running out of cash. I think this is a fear of any business owner, but for some it is particularly strong because they have tasted what it's been like to be close to that mark. And that is a very real fear, but that drives their behavior. So if they haven't been able to make payroll, that might create scarcity tendencies. That might create certain behaviors and nervousness around spending money because they're afraid they won't be able to make payroll again. So making elective spending or investing in elective decisions, that could be challenging for them. And then uncertainties as well. This is my favorite driver, is uncertainty, because when you have uncertainty, it creates anxiety, it creates a sense of disruption, stress, and your mind will naturally try to seek peace and calm. And you do that through typically information. Typically, this is the one that we qualm the fastest, I would say, of all of these things, because uncertainties can be covered by having access to information that you've never had before and the reassurance that you're doing things right, or the reassurance that, hey, it's going to be okay because we have a plan. We have it all mapped out. Instead of getting in the car and just hoping you drive in the right direction, we have the GPS programmed. We got turn by turn directions. We got this. And that can be handled one of the fastest ways. Fears being, well, I don't know what traffic we're going to hit or what potholes we're going to hit or what weather we're going to encounter. Okay, yes. But we got to get on the road first. We have to get on the road and show you that there's nothing to be afraid of because we're ready to tackle whatever is going to get thrown at us. Okay. So it's not just about the destination motivating someone, it's also about these other things that they're carrying with them. And that's why it's so important for us as a fractional CFO firm to acknowledge both sides of this, both sides of these, drivers of this conversation. Because when you can understand fully a business owner's drivers, then you will know how to talk to them. You will know what is important to them and be able to meet them where they're at and prioritizing things. I can't tell you how many accountants, bookkeepers, tax pros just give you the standard offer they do, the thing that they think is right for you, the same recipe over and over again. And while our offer is structured, it's still to your customization. It's still for you as a founder, for you as a business owner, because we understand your fears, uncertainties, goals, dreams, aspirations. We understand all of that for you. And then we will custom tailor the approach to match where you're at. And I think that's the most powerful thing you can do. And I think it is so, I would say, underestimated how important this is, but I think undervalued, because what you may not be doing is you may not be looking for those qualities in the providers that you have. You may not be looking for these characteristics when you're looking for a bookkeeper or a tax pro. You're not having these conversations. Like, when was the last time your accountant asked you your goals, dreams, and aspirations, like in a real way? Or they acknowledged the fears and uncertainties you have over your numbers and decided to meet you where you're at and walk you through it. I feel like a lot of times they're actually feeding those fears and uncertainties. They're actually ignoring the goals, dreams, and aspirations and giving you cookie cutter advice. So, my biggest advice to you is, when you're thinking about these drivers in your business and in your life, how are you infusing that with the advice that you're getting? And are you telling the people who are closest to you and advising you, are you telling them, your financial advisor, your personal finance coach, your lawyer, your accountant, CFO, tax pro, are you telling all of them your goals, dreams, and aspirations, even if they're not asking? They should be asking, but if they're not, then you giving them that information is only going to make that relationship more and more powerful. So I highly recommend that you have those conversations and that you share that with the providers closest to you giving you advice. I think it will go a long way. We realize that CFO services may not necessarily be accessible to everybody. And that's why we have packaged our CFO services into a power session for you. With this single purchase session, you'll be able to navigate the financial scorecard with me personally on your business and figure out what constraint you need to unlock next. We're going to give you direction, clarity, and we're going to find ways to increase your profitability, increase your cash flow, and make sure you never run out of money. Okay, if you're interested in booking a power session with me, I only do a couple per month, so make sure you jump on quickly and sign up. Check the link in the show notes for more information. I can't wait to see you in a power session.